Alright, I didn't want to have to make this video, but a lot of people are talking about the Kurama Claw, SS plus rank weapon on Shinobi Striker, and I think what they don't like about the weapon doesn't make sense in the grander scheme of things, and I'm going to get into that in this video. Now, I have no problem with people critiquing weapons that get added to the game, because there's a lot of stuff that Bandai doesn't do right when it comes to Shinobi Striker, and to be fair, a lot of those things need to be called out. I just think the stuff that people are calling to get nerfed on the Kurama Claw doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of things. First thing I'm going to get on is, I don't think the majority of the people complaining about this understand that each class has a gimmick. Attack gets to lock your sub in combos and triangle. Defense gets super armor off triangle. Ranged gets to spam projectiles off triangle. And heal gets to break your guard off triangle. Attack's gimmick is to lock your substitution. So it only makes sense that the pinnacle of attack weapons is gonna have an infinite, considering an SS rank weapon that an SS rank weapon attack had prior had an infinite combo that locked your sub off triangle and didn't let you substitute. I need people to understand, this is something that's going to come with being able to prevent someone from substituting. Infinites will happen. Now, am I saying that the Kurama Claw is 100% balanced and it's just a complete skill issue? No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that you complaining that it has an infinite is most definitely a skill issue, when there are several ways to counter this. In fact, I made 4 builds for each of the types on Shinobi Striker that I'm going to show later in this video that can completely counter the Kurama Claw in its totality. I'm going to get showing off some of the builds out of the way. Well, actually, I'm just going to get showing off all the builds out of the way. Editing silver, roll the tape.
Come on, let's fight.
As y'all saw in that footage right there, I didn't even have to use most of my moves. I just used the violet petals, a katana, on attack. That was enough to completely counter and beat out the Kurama Claw, triangle even, specifically in terms of priority, which is the main issue with the Kurama Claw to most people, the triangle. It beats it out in priority. Completely. I didn't even really need to use my ninjutsu. The only thing I used in that clip was flash medicine, and even then, before flash medicine, I was beating it out in priority. That's one thing that a lot of attacks could utilize to counter this weapon completely. Let's get to the ranged. range clip, as you guys could see, I actually started using ninjutsu a lot more. But the main strat was never get close. A thing a range doesn't have to do. You can get close if you want to, but against that weapon, it's illogical to do so. You stay far and you spam projectiles, and then they all end up dying from either the chip damage of poison or the new Sasuke weapon. I didn't get footage of that because this has been a video in the making. And actually, realistically, literally any triangle will do enough damage. Ranged has a way of countering that completely. Like completely, and it's called you don't get close enough for them to hit you. Let's get to the defense. As y'all saw in that clip, I also used ninjutsu, but mainly it was Master of Medicine. That is literally one of the hard counters to this weapon completely. You pop Master of Medicine or Purple Lightning, and that weapon's cooked. You can't hit the loop anymore because a person has super armor. It's over for them. That's one of the easiest counters you can do. Defense has it naturally in their triangle. You can easily counter that triangle if they're leading with the flying Raijin animations and not the kick. You can easily counter that. Even the kick you can counter with the triangle on most defense weapons. And I say most defense weapons, actually yes, all defense weapons. Really it's only cast characters because they have like additional inputs and whatnot. But yes, all defense weapons, you can utilize that triangle and completely screw over the Kurama claw. It's not hard. Every class can use super armor thanks to Purple Lightning. That's another way to completely counter the weapon and make it useless. Let's get to the heal. On heal, I just showed a build that will stop their movement from being as quick and kill them in probably a singular combo, whether you have the ultimate or not. If you also had on Master of Medicine, because super armor again is a hard counter to that weapon. The weapon is only really truly a severe issue if the person using it also has on Purple Lightning. Otherwise, it's a very manageable weapon to fight. Hopefully this clears it up for a lot of the individuals fighting against this, so we can stop with the rhetoric of saying infinite combo bad. As a person who's played this game a lot, like I have 2,000 plus hours on the game, I wouldn't have that much of an issue with these conversations talking about, oh, the Kurama claw is broken, or back when the Knuckle Knives is there, oh, the Knuckle Knives is broken, oh, they gotta do this, they gotta do that. If they would at least have the decency to call out the other broken stuff on the other classes. I have yet to this day see anyone call out how absurdly broken Double Moonblade's triangle is for base battle. To this day, I haven't seen anyone call out how broken the puppet, third Kazekage puppet on ranged is. To this day, I've yet to see anyone complain or call out how broken the backhand ninja tool is on heel. But the moment attack gets anything good, whether it was the katana, whether it was the knuckle knives, hell, even chakra claws, it's not here. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No. If you think, if that's you, if you catch yourself doing that in those situations, it is a skill issue. I want you to understand, if you're complaining about all the weapons a singular class gets over and over again, it is a skill issue. If the sub block was that annoying to all the people who have been complaining about it, my question is, why haven't you tailored your builds to deal with that? If it is truly that annoying to you and ruins the experience of the game that much for you, and you're willing to make builds to counter the super armor on defense, make builds to counter the annoying broken attack moves on heal, or hell, make builds to counter the ranged attacks. You want to do all that, but you don't want to make anything. You don't want to find any solution to the sub block. You just want to complain all day about it. And I mainly make this video not just because I'm like, oh well, people are being stupid about the Kurama claw. People are not actually thinking, okay, how do we nerf the weapon without making it shit? Because the same thing happened with the knuckle knives. They got rid of that loop, and now little to nobody uses it. Nobody uses it. Everyone's using chakra claws and the other scientific ninja tools, because it's just not good anymore. Instead of thinking, okay, how do we make the weapon still usable? How do we make it, like, how, talking about maybe toning down the AoE, nerfing the damage significantly, I don't know, decreasing the distance that it launches the opponent, or hell, decreasing the stun. No, we need to immediately find a way to get rid of them being able to do what an attack is supposed to do, which is combo. We want to get rid of that. But now we don't want to nerf anything on defense. We don't want to nerf anything on ranged. But we want to get rid of that. And I need the mass majority of individuals who are watching this and don't agree with me to understand that if we go down the route of making this weapon complete shit and nerf it to the floor, we're going to run into the same problem that we had to deal with post Kaguya. Anyone who remembers the meta for attack after the Kaguya update and how they nerfed a lot of stuff on attack, including the knuckle knives, damn near every attack, I'm not going to say every attack, 90% of attacks had on teleportation jutsu, almighty push, and either the violet petals or chakra claws of some kind. There was zero variety in what you would run into if you were fighting an attack. It was more likely that build. If we allow an environment where we call for everything on a class to get nerfed, the way we're calling for attack stuff to get nerfed all the time, we're then going to encourage an environment where they're now forced to use one thing because that's the only thing that's truly optimal. But I've said my piece. As a community, we have to be more intelligent about how we nerf weapons. We can't just immediately call for a weapon and get nerfed and then be annoyed when we see a singular class running the same build over and over again. We have to actually now start to think, okay, what can we do to make the weapon less potent? Not what can we do, what's the main thing that annoys me with the weapon? This, okay, let me not figure out a way around it. Let me just nerf it so I don't have to deal with it. No, that's not the way to do things. If you've watched the video to this point, I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below what you think what steps we can take to nerf this weapon without making it complete crap like the Awesome Knuckle Knives. Otherwise, this is me, Silver Grimoire, on the Philosopher's Creed channel, signing out. Hope you have a good night.